just got Chuck's 62 Impala in here.
This will probably be the nicest car we ever chop up.
You gotta do it, right.
Looks fantastic.
Hell yeah.
The burn. No, I'm an Impala dude. You know, I love Impalas. Believe it or not, there are people that don't like that.
And they're weird, man.
What's your feedback there, Jose?
Damn, there's a lot of work in that car, man. Man, look at that. It sure does.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. I guess you like it, huh, Chuck?
My favorite Impala is the 62 Impala. I just love the style. You know it down, man.
I'm Joe Martin. I've been building cars and bikes since I was just a little kid. My team hunts down rusted wrecks.
So let's get to work, man. Come on.
We knock out the ugly and put in the cool. And turn these buckets of rust into street art. This is Iron Resurrection.
Joe just got an email from a customer named Chuck, and he has a car that he wants completely redone. The guys didn't tell me what this build was, but judging how fast they left, I think it's something they want to get their hands on pretty quick.
How you doing, man?
Good to see you, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
I brought Shorty.
Hey, Shorty, what's happening, dude?
How you doing,
Very
Chuck?
nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too, man. Well, when I walked in the door, I saw the car. I was like, man.
Oh, damn. Initially, when Jose told me that we had a request to build a 62 Impala, I was like, man, badass, because I had one. You know, so I'm very fond of 62 Impalas. That's the car we're going to redo?
I think we just need to wash it, Shorty. Usually we get emails and you look at the pictures these people send and, everything looks better in a picture. And then you see it in person, it's like, damn.
Damn, Chuck, this car's just back to the bone already, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a very nice car.
Definitely love to work on cars like this all day long, other than the general rust buckets we get in the shop. With that being said, what do you want to do to this thing, Chuck? I mean, this thing's pretty nice.
I'm thinking I like that nice clean look. I've seen them French these lights in.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about all the emblems on the outside of the car, but I do like this one. So maybe leave that emblem and
Right.
take some of the emblems off. I don't like the chrome runner down here, so
Oh,
maybe taking that off.
Basically just shave it off.
But the main stuff that I want you to do is I want you to do your metal magic under the hood. That's the reason why I got you, is because I know the way you bend metal. It's already pretty nice.
Right.
Damn.
You're changing the motor?
Yeah, we're gonna put an LS3 in it. I think the key to the build is under the hood. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but it's
Well, hey, you want to upgrade?
I want to upgrade it. Really just make it more of a show car, but not something so showy that you're scared to drive it.
We're definitely on the same page. It's kind of the style of car that we like to build.
There you go.
I love Impalas. I've had plenty of my own, and people love the Impalas because back in the day they were more of a common car than the Cadillac or the Pontiac. I mean, they were more affordable. So I think people had these cars in their lives more in the past, but at the same time, with those cars being so common, when they got hit or something, they probably the first ones to go to the junkyard. And now they're so sought after because a few of them in good shape, in really good shape. I mean, they just had a really appealing body style, and they just never go out of style.
Just the stance alone is a big change on that.
Yeah, I think so, man. Let's go, man. Let's tear into this thing. I mean, this car looks pretty good the way it is, man.
Man, that car's cherry.
So what's the game plan on this, man? This car's gonna get a total makeover. I mean, it's getting new frame, brand new crate LS engine, all new interior, some really cool subtle body mods.
This will probably be the nicest car we ever chop up.
It's gonna be very subtle, but at the same time, it's gonna be really radical. He loves this color, but he wants to add just a little bit of something to make it pop, you know what I mean? Which I think that color's cool, too.
Yeah,
Well, adding flair to colors around here is not a problem.
That's not a problem, is it, though?
No, I don't see any problem matching the color. I love the color, so we'll do our best to get it right where it's at right now. Yeah, is there any money? Yeah, how about maybe a few bucks for lunch or something?
Squeeze. But hey, no rush, man.
Normally the 62 Impalas have a lot of trim on them. In this case, we're gonna take it off.
So when Shorty says we, it really means me.
Joel's got his work cut out on this car, but hard work never kills anybody. Well, there's always a first time.
Did I miss anything, Shorty?
It looks like you got it all covered, bro.
there's a lot of Impala purists out there that are gonna cringe when they see the guys cut into this Impala. But when they get finished with it, this car's gonna be drop dead gorgeous.
Just got word from the trucking company that the frame to the 62 Impala is showing up.
There we go.
I got it. What are you two? What are y'all doing?
Supervising.
We're pretty excited about this thing because it's going to be basically the skeleton of the car, and without this, we can't really start.
Totally.
That's good. Got to this.
Okay.
This car's too high for me, man. What do you think? I'm a giant or what? Well, we're working on our 62 Impala build right now. We're gonna take the old frame out and fit the new frame under.
Well, I think the reason Chuck wants to make these changes is because, I mean, the car runs, but it doesn't run really good. It goes down the road and brakes, but it doesn't brake really well. It doesn't steer really well. When you make the drivability so much better with a new engine, such as an LS3, a new frame, and all the new components and the cushy new interior, the more you enjoy driving that car is the reason people do what they do to these cars like this.
Hey,
My baby dog,
what's going on?
what's going on with you?
Well, nothing. I saw the 62 roll in today.
Oh, yeah, how you like that?
I love it. What are we gonna do to it? It's pretty nice.
The question is, what aren't we going to do to it?
The only thing that we really need to get on this car is we've got to try to find some bucket seats and we've got to try to find an SS console.
So you have
Well,
to
I'm
check
sure
and see.
62 Impala is going to be pretty pricey, but I'll look around.
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool.
It's kind of funny looking, isn't it? Got just a hole coming down on the new frame. What we're doing is lowering the body of the 62 Impala down on the new frame. Slick slide this thing around here.
Oh, we got some work to do, man.
The key to this build is taking a 50-year-old body, marrying it to a new state-of-the-art frame with a big new drivetrain. The back mount's got 3 inches to go before you can touch it.
Oh,
The hand's
man.
gonna come
See
out.
that?
Yep.
The new frame is actually wider, so to accommodate, we have to cut some of the floor out of the way. So basically, the frame rails will run through here, and then we'll have to fab up some sheet metal work on the floor.
This is the tricky part. If we cut too little, the body won't fit. But if we cut too much, it creates a lot more extra work for us.
Well, yeah.
I was just telling Joy and Shorty that I got the fun job in the shop. They have to do all the work, actually. I get to play around and cut and weld all day. Isn't that right, Fern? I get to do all the fun stuff, man. When you work as hard as we do around this shop, it's important to be able to express yourself. Sometimes you just have to let it go and let everybody else know how you feel. Hell yeah.
If only he could work as fast as his mouth works, we'd have this car done in no time.
Hell yeah. This is not Days of Our Lives. This is a metal shot, man. Hell yeah. South Texas cornfields, where the buzzard is your mascot. It's very serene out here.
It is.
Like a perfect place to bury someone.
Oh my God, I was just about to say I love driving out to see Paul. So Paul, he's got some parts for us for the 62.
What parts?
I don't know what he has. He wasn't sure what he had either, and I just told him we'd head over. But we're looking for bucket seats and a console.
Oh yeah. We're at Paul Castillo's place because if you need an Impala part,
He's your man.
better call Paul.
Hey Paul, what's going
How
on?
are you doing?
Paul is a fan of the Chevy Impalas.
You could say that, just a little bit. His cars are in pristine condition, and he's got some rare cars in there.
It's in his name.
Yeah, Impala.
Blah. You know where you're looking for parts?
Yeah.
62 console.
And some bucket seats.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those. Sorry. It's just really hard to find 62 parts.
Every time it's hard to find, you know what happens. If you can't find it, make it. I
The
thought
guys
at
will have to build one.
least- Yeah.
It's one of those years, it's impossible to find stuff.
Oh yeah, Paul's got everything. Except the bucket seats and the console.
Made some really good progress on the 62. We got the floors cut out to accommodate the new frame. Shorty's starting on some of the body mods. Now all we've got to do is get the motor in the frame, see how this thing fits.
Well, let's roll that frame under here.
Y'all roll it, I'll raise it.
And
Let's raise it up, man. We'll get under here.
what we have here is our LS3. and 4L60E transmission combo that we're going to put in a 62 Chevy. These engines are very cool because you can get them directly from GM Performance. Makes a lot of power, very dependable.
What's your feedback there, Jose?
He moves quick.
I mean, we'll take your feet right out from under you.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to be the best choice for this particular car.
Are you in?
I think we're in.
We're in like planned.
Bam!
So what I'm working on is our 62 build. This car is going to get quite a few mods, and one of those, we're going to do away with this fuel fill. I'm going to make a pattern and then totally fill this hole in. The whole side is going to be all smooth. It won't have any holes in it. The reason John and I decided to move the fuel fill is because this ain't cool. You know what I mean? This is too big. I'll tack it all the way around. Grind it real nice. So that's the way you want it to fit, right there.
We got the engine and the frame, and we're hoping we made enough room to accommodate the body. But that's the critical time right now, is to make sure all these elements come together. This frame's so much cooler than a factory frame. It's just got all the state-of-the-art components. Tubular control arms, just really trick motor mounts, destroyed speed, rack and pinion, wheel with disc brakes. Transmission mount's really cool. Exhaust can travel up inside the frame rail, keep it off the ground. Just wider than the stock X frame, makes the frame much more stable. 4 9-inch strange center section, got air suspension on it. Very cool.
Hey man, bajo at the
Bajo. This is the moment of truth for us. All this work coming down to getting this body down on the frame.
1, 2, 3.
Let's see, sugar.
Oh, that's pretty good. Volume. The body fits really nice on this new frame, and there's plenty of clearance for the motor, so it already looks badass. Put some horsepower in it.
Oh man,
This thing rolls good, man. You don't have to.
Man, look how light. Hey, man, look at that thing, man. If you don't like that, something's wrong with you, man. You're weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, believe it or not, there are people that don't like that.
And they're weird, man.
Yeah, we got a piece here, Mike.
One more piece to the puzzle, man. One of the things we had to do with the 62 Chevy is basically cut the floor out, because the frame actually protrudes through the floor now. So basically cut it all out to accommodate everything. The plan on the 62 today is to get the firewall done, get the transmission tunnel done. The 62 really needs a firewall cleanup job.
The reason we're going to do that because it's got so many holes. If we make a nice plate, we can just grind around it and it hardly need any mud.
It has one of those firewalls that actually has a lot of weird, contorted little shapes to it.
It's got all these ins and outs, square here, round here, just a bunch of useless stuff to us.
Go ahead and cover that.
We're deleting that one.
Yeah, delete that.
What we like to do, we like to go in there and make it nice and clean. We'll make some panels, some fill-in panels here, weld them in and smooth them out a little bit. Basically, it just cleans up the firewall.
I'm gonna get this tunnel ready and we'll start welding all this stuff. I'll get you guys to help me weld that in.
Okay.
I got Mike and Shorty working on the firewall. Meanwhile, I'm going to be working on this transmission tunnel, and then we get this fabrication of the body pretty much wrapped up.
Hey, Jose, I'm taking this whole lip off, right?
Yeah, take it off, dude.
All right. What we're going to do here, we're going to take some of these lips out of it and just basically clean it up.
Well, the process on the transmission tunnel, obviously, is to get it over the new transmission 4L60. It's very tall. But really, the main thing you got to do is get the template made. And once you get the template fitting really well, you transfer that over to the sheet metal. And then first thing we'll do is we'll put it through the slip roller. And then once everything's kind of nice and tidy, just tack it in, hammer form it to the floor. Good to go.
I got your panel made, brother.
All right.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like a short
Were you trying to make the state of Texas or Mexico?
Texas? Apparently, you didn't have the same history books as I did.
How's that thing coming along, boys?
Let me ask you a question. You don't see Texas, do you?
The shape of Texas? No.
Maybe in the 1500s.
Short dog threw me off.
1500 sort of, and Mexico had it?
It's always going to be Mexico.
You
guys are going to need a green card after a while. Okay.
Green card's what you said?
Yeah, you're going to need a green card. Uh-huh.
First thing we gotta do is figure out what this looks like.
It looks like it ain't on the firewall. It needs to be on the firewall.
Well, there you go. You can take it.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that answered that question, didn't it?
Keep welding, man. I'll be back. I'll see you later.
Where you going, short
I'm
dog?
going to take a break.
You've been trying to get out of it for a long time.
So we just got a little bit of bad news. Chuck, the owner of the 62 Impala, has a little bit of a cash flow problem. And so he's going to swing by the shop and talk to Joe and I guess see what they can work out.
Yeah, looks great, Joe.
Well, usually most people aren't as happy when they come in and see their car in the parking lot.
What?
They don't have a smile on their face.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, it looks great, dude. I love the firewall.
So, the 4L60 is quite a bit taller. So we had to bring the tunnel up really tall. So we got all that set up now, and everything's nice, and the floor's all reinforced.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah. I think Chuck's idea is to offset some of the cost of the labor on the 62 Impala.
Brought a car with me to do some trading with to see if he's interested in that car.
Maybe we can strike a deal up. Let's see what you got here, man.
All right.
Oh, man. Nova.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, man, come look at this. What you got, Jose? Got an old Nova, man. Chuck just showed up with a really clean 67 Nova. So he brought the right car. He wants to do some horse trading.
You trying to fast talk us?
Hey, Shorty.
How you doing?
Hey, doing, Chuck?
How's it going, buddy?
Is this your little toy?
It's one of them.
Chuck just showed up with a really clean 67 Nova. 67 sure is.
67.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like some candy red and some champagne. I mean,
Yeah.
look at this thing.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
I'm hoping that Joe likes the Nova, so maybe we can make a trade deal to make the Impala a little bit easier to pay for.
Well, I love the 66 and the 67 Novas. It's the only 2 years I made that style. They're hard to get. They're not very easy to get.
Well, there you go, right there, short dog.
What's it? Wow.
Fast talker, bro.
Oh, it is a fast talker.
A lot of people name their cars. That was who they built it for, and they built it for an auctioneer, so that's why they named it Fast Talker.
Sure doesn't Shag's car? So what's the deal, Chuck? You just trying to thin out the herd a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I've got too many. I bet you can make somebody real happy with this, Joe.
Yeah. I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
We just need to put our touch on it, man.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean?
Put your spin on it, then would be good.
Chuck, let me stew on it. Let me figure out something, and I'm sure we can figure something out, man.
Okay.
I think let me talk with the boss lady.
All right, man.
See what
Just let
you
me
come
know.
up with,
Let
man.
me know what
All
you
right.
come up with.
Man, thanks for bringing it out, Chuck.
Hey, babe, what's going on?
We're just working on the 62 Impala.
Yeah, you're making some good headway
Yes,
on
we
it.
sure are, baby doll.
Looks good. Firewall looks good.
Well, speaking of that, Chuck actually came by today,
Oh, yeah, cool.
and I was looking at the car, and hit me up with a proposal.
Chuck came by today. He's super excited about it, but Joe dropped a bomb on me. Oh, yeah, what's that?
He wants to trade a car he's got in for, partial payment for the labor on this car.
All I can say is, here we go again. What car is it?
It's a 67 Nova.
Do I even have a choice in the matter? I mean, is it a done deal?
It's done up here, you know what I mean? But
Joe runs them by me to be polite and to be courteous. I know he's already got his mind made up.
at least I was nice enough to run it past you, dude.
Yeah, you're running past me
Yeah.
while you're telling me.
Yeah,
So it'd be
Yeah,
half
it's a bit-
cash and half car?
yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
Right here I have the hinges for 62. I'm going to mark the whole front end up. I'm basically putting the whole car together. You basically leave everything loose, and then you put all of it together, and then you begin to square it up, and then slowly you begin to tighten everything up. And then once you have it all squared up, nice gaps and everything, then you can take it back apart, go on to your body work. Normally it involves three people. You don't have to put a hood on. This one's been worked on a little bit, so it's a little heavier. Go up a little bit. I wanted to make the pumper suffer a little bit and hold it over here from the front while we didn't have any relief on the back. The burn. Go up, people. So I was just trying to make him sweat a little bit. You better not drop it, man. I'm not dropping it. I will. Plus, it's probably the most exercise he's going to do this month. We got the strongest guy on the job, supposedly.
Probably the strongest guys here. Some people look like they strong, but they ain't strong. We ain't gonna say no names.
When I have the pumper and I want him to do extra, I have one magic word for him. Chocolate cake. Act like the hood is a big old piece of cake.
This is a big piece of cake right there.
And then somehow or another, he comes up with like superhuman strength. It's like it's nothing. He's the one I like to mess with the most here in the shop. Look at him. Look over there flexing over here. Cooking now.
I pretty much got all the fender wells done, and we got the firewall slicked up. So now what we're going to do is come up with some kind of intake system for this LS. You know, obviously these engines always run better with a cold air source. So we like to run the air intakes somewhere where it's not getting a lot of engine heat. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to basically kind of come off here with some tubing and then actually duct it into these fender wells. And then the filters will be in here in front of the grill where it's cold air coming in and not getting engine heat coming in.
Joe's always coming up with something. He's got these little the breathers, you know, the tubes coming out. It's super badass. I mean, the man's just got great vision.
All right, man, that'll hold it for now, I think.
If you notice, this car has a lot of holes down the whole side, and they're for a trim, you know, that obviously the car came out with. Hey, Joel.
Yeah.
Can you put a plug behind that for me? While I weld it up? See, we can do this. But we're going to plug up all these holes, just like we're doing the fuel cell here. And, you know, all this stuff is going to disappear because we just want a nice, clean, smooth side.
Well, this one, right? That's what you use?
Right there. Hold it right there, man. Filling up all these holes, that's a lot of work. More work than people realize. And you have to come back and do body work on all this stuff. Right? Right there. Right there. You got it?
Yeah.
That ain't no tag, man. Yeah, shorty.
We're making great progress on the 62 Impala. Joel and I have removed all the trim and we're plugging up all the holes. Right there. You got it? Yeah.
What the? Yeah, shorty.
It was his own fault for sticking his finger up there. I didn't tell him to do it with his finger. I thought he was going to put a screwdriver or something.
Bro, man, that hurt, man.
I burned his finger, but it wasn't bad. It's just a little
Yes,
crazy.
if I ever heard it, man. You knew that was gonna burn me. Hey, Joel, he's had me on fire under there before. I mean, literally on fire, so.
You think I'm going to light you on fire on purpose? I mean, you're going to have a screwdriver or something back there. I didn't know you were going to hold it with your finger.
You said hold it. You didn't specify how to hold it. You said you got
Hey,
tagged.
man, were you just born yesterday?
I actually was. Remember, I'm the youngest in the shop.
How about that?
Hey, man, can you hold this other one for me?
Sure, Doc. Dave Kindig. Seen us some of these super trick door handles, man.
Oh, man.
Chuck wanted to shave some of the trim off this thing. These handles, Kindig makes really cool. They flop out. They're flush. Fit really well.
I like it. You know why? Because I gave you plenty of meat to work with.
Yeah. And you know that's not going to warp or anything.
These handles are going to work out really nice because Jose's going to airbrush something along the side of the car, but it's going to go right through the handle. So the handle's going to kind of disappear. You know, you're not going to really see it unless you walk up on it and see a little tiny gap.
Handles look great after I got them welded in. I mean, they work good, really sturdy. We just do a little cleanup, get them all painted up, molded in nice. They look like they're not even there. Man, if I had my way, I'd put these things in everything.
Joe come up with this cover for the LS and the Impala. It's super bad. I mean, he's got this vision of building things. It's crazy.
I enjoy the creative process. I just like working with the metal. Metal's a challenge. It just doesn't always want to do what you want it to do. You know, you work it by hand, work it with the machines, whatever. The metal never wants to go how you want it to go. You just got to manipulate it and contort it, and you got to outsmart it sometimes. You're not always smart enough to outsmart it.
You making a surfboard there?
Mm-hmm. Just trying to get it roughed in right now. It's at very rough stages. Just got to keep working it out, and then it'll start taking its final shape, and hopefully start trimming it and getting it to actually sit down on it really nice.
So on the 62 Impala, they have really awesome looking bucket seats in them, but they're extremely hard to find. I know Shag and Amanda went out trying to find them, but unfortunately they weren't able to, so I just made them.
You got it ready, Joel?
I'm taking the gas tank, we're relocating it because the actual gas tank of the factory gas tank is too wide and it won't fit over the frame.
Well, this is your Huckleberry, son. I'll stick it in place when you get it ready. Yeah, right there. Now you got it, brother.
With the Art Morrison frame, it's a lot wider, so it's a little difficult trying to squeeze everything in there, so we have to relocate stuff just to kind of make everything work out with the design. He's gonna burn you up.
The waste one of them goes up down your sleeve of your shirt right there. The tricky thing about making something above your head is that all the little hot cherries falling on you. And sure enough, one of those cherry bombs hit home right down the sleeve of my shirt. Son of a bitch.
Talking baloney.
Talking baloney.
Got a little
Brand don't want any more of this.
Oh, man. Easy picking.
Feel like raising the roof, man.
What we're doing here is relocating the fuel door. We shaved the fuel door on the side of this Impala. Get this big, nice long quarter, and then you have this big door on the side that just kind of interrupts your eye. Actually, what we'll do is we'll put a little pop-up cat right in here on the top. So I'm saying if we just chop it right here, we can let the rubber hose do the rest if you want.
So, this thing was gonna drop right in there, just like that.
Basically, we'll French that in, weld that up, and then just have a nice, smooth transition.
And you'll hardly see that it's even there at all. So when he comes to fill up this car, he'll just take his hand and push down on it, and then it'll come up just like that. This is going to make it so much slicker, so much better looking. So that's why we want to put that one on.
What we got here is our MagnaFlow Builder's Kit, and basically we're start fitting everything to this frame. It's pretty tricky because they got cutouts where this exhaust won't hang down. So everything will run inside here, make it where everything's concealed inside the frame. Nothing's hanging down, nothing's dragging. It's gonna be a trick, but it's gonna be tricky to do.
We got one side all mocked up down to our mufflers right in front of the rear end. Both of them to that point, and then we'll work our way under the rear end out to the back. But we have a little issue, a heat issue with the airbag sitting there. This is kind of what I was looking at, Jose.
We just want to be sure we keep the exhaust away from the airbag as much as we can. We don't want that constant heat on there because it'll break down that bag, make it really thin, and fatigue it, and eventually pop going down the road or something. Because the car sits so low, rear end's close to the frames, close to the floor. So we don't have a lot of room to come over, so we're gonna have to go under and loop around this bag. But we just gotta be careful we don't let the exhaust heat melt down the bag and pop it.
You gotta do it right. Woo-hoo.
What's going on, Shorty? This is our hand-built engine cover for the 62 Impala. So me and Shorty are getting ready to put some graphics on this thing, kind of spice it up. The car is going to be kind of a silvery blue, and under the hood we're going to do some flat grays. So we're going to actually do a complementary color on the side of the car, and this piece right here is going to determine what colors we're going to end up using on it. So everything we do on here, we'll actually move it to the side of the car and add those colors in there.
I mean, we do have to kind of be careful not to cut too deep.
Yeah.
But that's
where Shorty's velvet touch comes into play.
That's the trick. Jose's airbrush skills are unmatched to anyone. I mean, to me, his airbrush skills are insane. That's all I can say. I've known Joe since 1992, and it never gets old because he can, just whip out, something that fat, just freehand.
What we're going to do is to mix up the clears a little bit. Shorty had a good idea of actually clear coating this little centerpiece on this engine cover.
I just think that this glossy and then the rest of it flat, it would just give it that much more.
So it's just kind of a cool contrast, going from the flats to the clears.
When you open the hood, if it's all flat, you're gonna be like, oh man, yeah, that's nice. But if it's glossy, when you open the hood, it's like, oh, damn.
Okay, here we are.
Oh, is this it right here?
Yeah, it does look like a shop.
So we got an email from Lee. He reached out wanting to do a Firebird build.
Here's the Firebird. Maybe you can do something with this.
Well, there's the door. I immediately see the door on the ground. It was in good shape.
Yeah.
But it's still on the ground.
Started looking around. The quarter panels didn't look so hot. There was literal holes through them. Quarter panels aren't looking so good.
Got a little rust back there. Floor fans are good.
Brand new? Well, they're newer.
The seats, the interior's gone. So I realized he gauged his seats.
He's got all the pieces, knows what he wants to do.
He says it ran too, but he's never started it.
They all run. Just bad batteries.
At some point.
Yeah. That wasn't the only car that he has mid-project.
Did you call that mid-project?
Sorry. For some, that's mid-project. For others, it's not even a project.
Right now, I got the hood to the 62. It's a pretty big car. All the panels are pretty big, so you get tired. But
We pretty much got the bodywork complete, so we're down to the last step. And you know what? We're gonna call a block party. So that's what's coming up.
Look at Bubba. You sorry ass shorty, man.
Everybody in the shop has to participate, even though some don't want to. Hey, where's everybody at? We need another couple guys, man.
Once again, here we are at one of Shorty's block parties, man. No beer, no margarita machine, no pool, no fajitas on the grill. I've been to Shorty's parties before, man, but when you put the block in there, you better go running, man.
Oh, man.
Man, you better stop playing. Joe, Chase on.
You're steering.
And more toward the front. So we got our 62 Impala in the booth right here. We got our car ready. So it's time to put some color on it. As you can see here, we have like a metallic light blue, and it's just beautiful. The air pressure on the gun, it matters a lot. With this one batch of paint right here, I can put it in my gun, and I can make at least 6 different colors with the same color just by adjusting the air pressure. It's incredible. I mean, you can make a silver almost, and then from there you can make several different kind of blues just by adjusting your air pressure. That's why it's extremely important that you get the same batch and you stick to the same PSI on everything you paint for that one vehicle.
Man, look at that, short dog. Damn. Well, every time I come in here, Shorty, I say, man, that's my favorite color so far. You know what I mean?
Hey man, every car we paint, we think it's our favorite.
Damn. Wow. We just got the 62 Impala frame back from powder coating, so now we get our components in this thing, get the motor, transmission, make a rolling chassis, that way we get our body back on it. Appreciate the turnaround, brother. As always, no problem, fantastic.
It's fantastic. Today, we're fixing to mock up the fenders on the 62 Impala. That way Jose can airbrush the stripe, which is going to mimic the real molding that went on the car originally, but instead it's going to be airbrushed on the whole side of the car. When he lays out this stripe and mimics the real molding, you're going to think it's real, but it ain't. It's going to be airbrushed on.
Well, we're not necessarily going to simulate trim. We're just going to use kind of the footprint of the original trim that was on here. So we're just going to use some grays that's going to complement some of the underhood colors and something just to set the side back off the car. There's a lot of body mass on this car and it's a light color and it needs something to break it up.
One of the last things we wanted to do, this little area here where the taillights are gonna go, we want to paint it gray, just to give it another dimension, This will tie in the wheels, will tie in the graphics we did on the side. It'll just look more high tech,
Well, we just got our 62 Impala out of the booth, and we got on the lift. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the body lowered down on the new Art Morrison frame, get everything bolted up, and then the boys can start assembling this thing. There we go. We use the old frame to paint the car on, so you have something to roll it around. You got to put it on the lift, get the body up off the old one, and roll the new one underneath.
That's good right there.
Chuck loves his classic Impalas, but he wants to modernize it so like he's riding in his new car. This used to be a manual crank up, and we're gonna make it power now.
Damn.
You don't get your head stuck in that one.
That's badass, son.
Damn.
So we have to have this car done tomorrow. As you can see, there's still a lot of stuff to do. It's gonna be a long day, a long night, and it is hot.
Kato needs some help on the center console. So me and Farron are going to split up. Farron's going to take the dash and assemble the dash so we can find the placement of the bottom of the console. So we go around the shifter. We're going to put the power switches in here for the windows. Meet up together in the end. Today's a really big day. Going over the last few details of this thing. And today's the day we're going to show Chuck, see what he thinks. Hopefully he approves. Can't wait to get it outside, look at it in the sun, and take it for a test drive. Big old heavy ass car.
The 62 Impala is amazing. The way Joe airbrushed it, the paint that Shorty laid down, the stamps, the chassis, the wheels, the interior, everything about that car is perfect.
What's cool about this car is it has, the stock appearance, but there's a lot of work in that car, man. You know what I mean?
Joel's finger is inside one of these doors.
Well, here's the true test, boys. Hopefully Chuck will like it.
I think Chuck's really gonna like his car. I think he's going to be surprised. He's gonna flip out.
Oh my God. I wish all the guys could fit in this car. We could all go, reveal the car to the customer together.
I like just me and you, baby.
Oh, do you?
Hopefully Chuck will dig it.
Oh my gosh, I don't see how he couldn't. And his wife's a car girl, so she's gonna love it too.
So you brought it in. When you brought the car in, it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that car was in great shape.
It really was.
Are you excited about today?
Oh yeah, dude. I can't wait to see it.
Is he excited?
He's very excited.
He told me when we started, if he liked it, he'll probably cry. I was like, damn, Chuck.
Really?
That's what he said.
Wow.
I'll be disappointed if we don't see him after he said he may shit some.
Wow. You can hear it. You can't look. I'm going to say it before you.
I heard it.
Well, don't sit there. Let's take a look at this thing.
Dang.
Man, when they came over the top of that, it was like presenting itself, like, oh. There's no reason to sit down and wait.
Dang. Check that out. Whoa.
Wow.
Man, that is
That
beautiful.
looks great. Just hearing it first was a little bit of a tease, and then seeing it was absolutely great.
First impression.
Whoa.
Wow.
Man.
Look at that.
First thing he did was, start wiping his eyes. He had his glasses on, so he couldn't really tell. And I was like, I think he's crying, man.
I actually heard his voice tremble. That's what gave it away for me.
I gotta keep my sunglasses on so people can't see this.
I didn't expect him to break down. I mean, he truly was moved. He was moved to tears.
Oh, man.
You better get over there by him.
I guess you like it, huh, Chuck?
I mean, what do you do when you see something like that, man? You know what I mean? It's my dream car.
Obviously we shaved the trim. Yeah, you talked about doing all that. And just kind of cleaned all the stuff off the car. And it just gives it a, like if the 62 Impala was built today, that's kind of what it looked like. You know what I mean?
It's a 62 with a spin on it. And we love it. We absolutely love it.
Check out the back. That's one of my favorite parts.
Everything's shaved and cleaned up, and we did the flat.
Yeah, see, that really adds a big detail to the back.
Yeah, it does. See Kato kind of sculpted the seats up cool. Get in there, Chuck. See how it feels, man.
I'm almost scared to get in it. I don't want to get it dirty.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That car was extremely comfortable. I was really surprised because he's had other cars that we've sat in before, and you sit in them and it's stiff, and when you sat in there, it just kind of gloves all around you.
You do the honors. You did the work.
Oh, wow! Look at that! Wow!
Gee.
Got that LSU purple. Sorry, got the LSU purple in there.
That's the deal there, man. The air ride, the stance, the wheels. He's got those big fat tires under the back of it and bending that metal. It was all about fabrication, and making it look like it was bought from the factory. I thought it was cool before, but it wasn't. Now it's Joe Martin gold. Wow.
You Martinized it.
Chuck ended up trading in his Nova for some of the work on the Impala. And I'm sure he was having a bit of trader's remorse when that happened, but today, care less.
Thing's got a good smooth power band, man.
It does.
Yeah.
Before I drive this thing, it was all over the road.
Yeah.
Now it's, look at that. You guys absolutely nailed it, man.
I'm glad. It's been so much fun. It's me and the guys, we kind of get to live vicariously through our customers, you know what I mean?
Show them how to dance salsa, bumper. Give me some salsa moves, man. I know you got it.
Do it like that.
Hey, man, you saw the moves that Bumper just showed you?
Yeah.
Okay, man, dude.
How am I supposed to simulate
see if you kind of grasp a little bit of it. Come on, try it.
See this looking line?
What's that?
बोलिए नाथों की नाथ की
just got Chuck's 62 Impala in here.
This will probably be the nicest car we ever chop up.
You gotta do it right.
It looks fantastic.
Hell yeah.
The burn. No, I'm an Impala dude. You know, I love Impalas. Believe it or not, there are people that don't like that.
And they're weird, man.
What's your feedback there, Jose?
Damn, there's a lot of work in that car, man. Man, look at that. It sure does.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. I guess you like it, huh, Chuck? My favorite Impala is the 62 Impala. I just love the style. You know it down, man.
I'm Joe Martin. I've been building cars and bikes since I was just a little kid. My team hunts down rusted wrecks.
So let's get to work, man. Come on.
We knock out the ugly and put in the cool. And turn these buckets of rust into street art. This is Iron Resurrection.
Joe just got an email from a customer named Chuck, and he has a car that he wants completely redone. The guys didn't tell me what this build was, but judging how fast they left, I think it's something they want to get their hands on pretty quick.
How you doing, man? Good to see you, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
I brought Shorty.
Hey, Shorty, what's happening, dude?
How you doing,
Very
Chuck?
nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too, man.
Well, when I walked in the door, I saw the car. I was like, man.
Oh, damn. Initially, when Jose told me that we had a request to build a 62 Impala, I was like, man, badass, because I had one. You know, so I'm very fond of 62 Impalas. That's the car we're going to redo?
I think we just need to wash it, Shorty. Usually we get emails and you look at the pictures these people send and, everything looks better in a picture. And then you see it in person, it's like, damn.
Damn, Chuck, this car's just back to the bone already, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a very nice car.
Definitely love to work on cars like this all day long, other than the general rust buckets we get in the shop. With that being said, what do you want to do to this thing, Chuck? I mean, this thing's pretty nice.
I'm thinking I like that nice, clean look. I've seen them French these lights in.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about all the emblems on the outside of the car, but I do like this one. So maybe leave that emblem and take some of the emblems off. I don't like the chrome runner down here, so maybe taking that off.
Basically just shave it off.
But the main stuff that I want you to do is I want you to do your metal magic under the hood. That's the reason why I got you, is because I know the way you bend metal. It's already pretty nice.
We're changing the motor?
Yeah, we're gonna put an LS3 in it. I think the key to the build is under